Hello, and welcome to the St. Ignatius College Prep College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today, and each of them will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution. But they will be around for the entire session to answer some questions at the very end. My name is Danielle, and I will be your facilitator throughout tonight's event. Before we get started, I want to share a few housekeeping items with you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of the many different sessions that are happening tonight, so be sure to check the website and join the other sessions after this one. This presentation is being recorded, so you can come back and enjoy this information at strivescan.com/Ignatius. I'd now like to turn it over to our very first presenter, Oberlin College.
Hi, thank you. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Anna Richardson. I like she, her, hers. I am an assistant director of admissions at Oberlin College, but I am an OB myself. So I graduated from Oberlin in 2018, and I studied psychology and neuroscience at the college. So Oberlin, I don't have slides prepared because this is only 6 minutes. So this is really just kind of a preview into Oberlin, and I'll throw in some links into the chat if you want to sign up for a full info session or just see our general brochure there. But we are a small liberal arts college located in Oberlin, Ohio. So where is that? That's around 40 minutes from downtown Cleveland. And we are located on the native homelands of the Erie people here. And Oberlin is definitely a place that values social justice. Since we were founded in 1833, we're the first college in the United States to admit folks regardless of race and gender. However, we also want to recognize the folks that were here before Oberlin was established, as well as the people who are still alive that aren't benefiting from the institution today. So although we have a lot of really cool things going on, we do want to recognize that. One really awesome thing that is happening on our campus is we also have started a huge environmental project to be completely carbon neutral by 2025. So what that means is moving us to being fully geothermally heated and cooled throughout. So if you're, interested in environmentalism, this is definitely a good place for you. And we're also home to the longest running conservatory. So the Conservatory of Music at Oberlin College is a separate institution. However, the students who are in the Conservatory of Music pursuing a professional degree of music, they do dine and live with the rest of the college. So this college is made up around 3,000 students, with around 600 of those being in the conservatory and around 200 being in the double degree program doing both. So if you're someone who wants to do music in a serious way, or maybe even not in a serious way, there are a lot of options there. And when you're thinking about the demographics, it's around only 6% of our students are coming from the state of Ohio. Around 5% actually come from Chicago and Illinois. So lots of folks come here from your area for sure. But around 11% of those students are also international, with almost all 50 states that are represented. When you're thinking about the classroom, we do have really small class sizes, around 80% of our classes having under 20 students. We truly are liberal arts here, so you don't have to declare your major until the end of your second year. And you might think of liberal arts as being less STEM-based, but at Oberlin, our top major is actually biology. We also do have some really cool programs, things like cinema study, creative writing, and many other things. We are fully undergraduate here, so we don't have any graduate students, which means you're always taught by professors here, and you have the opportunity to do research. So around 60% of all of our students do some kind of research during their time as a student. And we also do have the ability to do things like internships. So we give all of our students that are coming in around $5,000 that they can tap into at any point in their Oberlin career to do an unpaid or low paid internship. So that means being able to go to New York City to do that internship you might want to do in finance, or being able to do something at a nonprofit organization that you're really interested in to do, but they wouldn't be able to pay you otherwise. When you're thinking about outcomes, OBs do really well. We're one of the top producers of Fulbrights, Trumans, which are all fellowships. And I know you all are young, so you probably don't really even know what those things are, but basically places are saying, you're so great, we want to pay you just to continue to learn and to adventure into the world. And we've also been one of the top producers of PhDs in liberal arts institutions for a really long time. So if you're someone who wants to continue your education, go on to law school, we have around a 97% acceptance rate. For medical school, it's around 80%, as well as students doing many other things. So you'll see in the brochure there that you can see all the different types of stuff that OBs are doing. For study away, it's around 85% of our students that also study away. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely sign up for an information session, get more info, reach out to me. I'll throw my email in the chat here as well so that you can get more info. But again, this is just the surface of what we have at Oberlin. So thanks.
Wonderful, thank you. We will now hear from our next presenter, Ohio Wesleyan University.
Hi, and good evening to all of you, St. Ignatius. It's nice to be with you this evening, albeit virtually, but I am actually based right here in Chicago. So I am a full-time staff member at OWU. But I am here to help you. So if after today you're at any area events, you'll most likely see me, and I'm here to help you throughout the process. I go to campus quite frequently. I can tell you that Ohio Wesleyan University is about 5 hours and 25 minutes from St. Ignatius College Prep. I have done that trip exactly from your institution. So that is about as close of an estimate as I can give you. You heard me say OWU. We're the only OWU out there, so it's much easier to say OWU. It's much more fun to say, particularly if you say it a lot. I've got a few slides. Just, in terms of size, we're a small liberal arts university, about 1,500 students. In terms of stats, you can read a lot of this for yourself, but one of the things that I think really stands out to me is that we're a residential campus, and so students are there on the weekends throughout the school year based on campus. And we've put a campus together that students want to be, whether you're in a traditional residence hall, an apartment building, Greek housing, a house based on campus. There's lots of different living, learning communities for you. As you can see, Division III varsity sports, a 10-to-1 student faculty ratio. You're going to know the professors. They're going to know you. I like the fact that we're big enough to have a full university experience, but also small enough that you can get help when you need it. We're a national liberal arts university. We have students coming from 41 states and 31 countries. We do have a lot of students coming from greater Chicago, and that is one of the reasons why my office is based right here near all of you. But you'll make great friends who grew up maybe halfway across the city. You just didn't know them before. They went to a different high school. And you'll make great friends who grew up halfway across the country or halfway across the world. And you'll have great places to visit on spring break. We're a diverse campus. If you're interested in learning about a lot of different cultures and people, we're a very welcoming, diverse, inclusive campus community. Our signature experience is called the OWU Connection. Think big, go global, get real. The idea here is that you're going to work with professors and design your own pathway, right? So as opposed to thinking this in a very linear way, in that I have to major in X in order to do Y, you're going to graduate on time. You're going to finish in 4 years. 97% of our grads have jobs right out of the gate. But we know that sometimes it takes a little bit of exploration to figure that out. So, interdisciplinary programs, research, going global. That's a picture of our island biology class. They spent the last 2 weeks of the semester in the Galapagos. It's on my bucket list of places to visit. And then get real, right? So internships, research, study abroad, travel learning. You're going to have great classroom experience too, but the idea is that we also want to make sure you have awesome opportunities outside the classroom. I get asked, what are some of the top majors? I would include business, econ, psychology amongst the group as well. Zoology, which is, if you're thinking about zoology, we're right down the street from the Columbus Zoo. Faculty mentorship, again, they're here to guide you along the way. I take rankings to be what they are, but I like the fact that we're ranked well. We're one of the 40 colleges that change lives, and we're recognized nationally, both for our academics as well as our opportunity. We're in Delaware, Ohio, which is north suburban Columbus. So if you like being in a major market with access to big city opportunity, but you also like the idea of kind of a Main Street USA and an easy campus to navigate and a traditional college campus feel with green space, we might be a good fit. We're going to look at a lot of factors. We consider holistic approach in our admission. And here's the thing that I think is one of the reasons we're always on the Princeton Review's best bang for your tuition dollar. We're always on the best value schools list. 99% of our students are receiving some sort of aid, scholarships, need-based, a combination of the two. So while some students are paying even less than this, the average out-of-pocket cost is around $16,000. I hope that this is enough to at least whet your appetite for Ohio Wesleyan. Please stay connected. If you'd like more information, you can scan that QR code. I'm the only Rob in the office. I'm the only one based in Chicago. That's my email. I'm happy to meet with you anytime. Look forward to talking with you soon, and go Bishops.
Wonderful, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna move on to our third presenter, Regis University.
Hey, everybody. All right. Good evening. So my name is Nick Corain. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at Regis University in Denver, Colorado. I also serve as the admissions counselor for students from the Upper Midwest. But again, thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us. We really appreciate it. Getting started. So Regis University is located in the Highlands neighborhood, which is a residential pocket in the northwest corner of Denver. We're about 5 to 10 minutes outside of downtown proper. If you're unfamiliar, Denver is one of the most active, most educated, fastest growing cities in the country, all things which certainly create a wealth of opportunities for our students and our graduates. Academically, a lot of our students will take advantage of our proximity to downtown via their clinical rotations. We have numerous partnerships with area hospitals, academic internships, which are going to be required for most of our majors, as well as service learning projects, which are really embedded into our academic curriculum. Socially, our students love being in a city that has 300 days of sunshine, some of the best concert venues in the world, and 6 major sports teams too. So again, we definitely take advantage of the city being close by. And if downtown is about 5 to 10 minutes south, then the Rocky Mountains sort of begin their rise about 15 to 20 minutes west of our campus. So whether it's, sunset hikes with your roommates or overnight trips with our outdoor adventure program, having the mountains in our backyard really kind of feed and inspire our appetite for adventure as well. Walking around campus day to day are about 3,000 students total. 2,000 of that are going to be traditional undergraduate students. So this breaks down to an incoming first-year class of around 500 students each fall. And our students come to us from all over the world. We have about half of our students will come from Colorado. We get a lot of students from California, Texas, Southwest, and your neck of the woods, the Midwest. We are also a teaching university. And so inside the classroom, our average class features about 18 students. Almost all of our classes are capped at 30 students. And 100% of these classes are taught by professors who hold the terminal degrees in their fields of study. So they are experts in their field, and there are no teaching assistants teaching classes. And then with a little bit more familiarity with your current high school education, we are one of the 27 Jesuit colleges across the United States, which is something that we're really quite proud of. We are the only Jesuit school in the entire Rocky Mountain region, which is unique to us as well. And I would just say that Regis is a very Jesuit school. And what I mean by that is all of our students, our faculty, our staff, really buy into this philosophy and this idea of how are we going to use our education, our passions, and our talents to try to make our communities a better place. And that truly will come up regardless of what major you're studying and in every class that you're taking, is that concept of how do we use this power for good. So again, that is definitely something unique to us. And again, the only Jesuit school in that Rocky Mountain region. And as you know, Jesuit schools are known for their academic reputations, and Regis is very well known for the hard sciences and the health sciences. We're very lucky to have the #1 ranked nursing program in the state of Colorado, which is a direct entry program. Our Doctor of Physical Therapy program is ranked in the top 25 nationally. We also have a lot of students that will seek us out for neuroscience specifically as a major, which is kind of unique in terms of a lot of colleges and universities as well. Our second biggest pockets are going to be in business and the computer sciences. And we were recently ranked as having the #1 highest paid computer science graduates in Colorado, which again, something we're very proud of. A little bit about the admissions process. So we are on rolling admissions, so students can submit their applications anytime throughout the course of their final year in high school. Those of you who may be interested in our direct entry nursing program will be encouraged to submit your application materials by our December 1st priority deadline. We are on the Common App. We also are on the Regis app. It is free to apply, and we are test optional for all of our undergraduate programs. So regardless of whether you submit test scores or not, you will receive maximum consideration for admission, scholarships, and financial aid. And speaking of those things, 100% of our students are receiving scholarships and financial aid. And we also have over $1 million that are awarded to admitted students each February, which is our scholarship month at Regis. And because of those scholarship opportunities and the success of our students once they graduate, we're very proud to be the #1 private school in Colorado for return on investment as well. So again, thank you for spending the evening with us. Take care and be well.
Wonderful. Our next presenter is the University of Colorado, Boulder.
Hey, hello, everybody. My name is Heather Moser, and I am Senior Assistant Director of Admission here at CU Boulder within our Office of Admission. I also serve as the Chicagoland Regional, so very similar to others, I do live within the Chicagoland area. So thanks so much for being here with us. Excited to tell you more about our university. We are located in Boulder, Colorado, right at the base of the Rocky Mountains, about 30 minutes from Denver. We are a large public state institution. So in total, we have about 34,500 students enrolled, but of those, about 29,500 are going to be undergraduate students. We are considered to be the #1 college town in America. There's so much to do around our campus and within the Boulder area as well. We've got Pearl Street Mall, there's restaurants and shops and hiking and skiing just 30 minutes away. We have an 18:1 student to faculty ratio. And even beyond that number, I like to share that 85% of our classes have fewer than 50 students, and 50% of our classes are 25 students or less. There are different colleges, schools, and programs available to you, which I will touch on, as well as so many different academic areas for you to explore and take advantage of, both within your major and outside of it. We do welcome innovation and certainly support this culture by encouraging our students to get involved with different research opportunities and programs. CU Boulder is full of labs and events that let students really dive into that. A great example of this is going to be our undergraduate research opportunities program, which does offer funding to students to be able to do research of their own. So just a great thing that you could take advantage of as a student. Many students are going to find opportunities to get involved both on campus as well as around. As I mentioned, we are located in such a great city. This photo here is of Pearl Street Mall. So in addition to being that #1 college town in the US, we're also considered to be the happiest and the healthiest. So not uncommon to see our students just enjoying being outside, those 300 days of sunshine that were already mentioned that you can have in Colorado. There's just a lot of great things for you to be able to do. Now, when it comes to your academic experience, you're going to have a lot of different majors, minors, and programs available to you. And you can, choose what major you want to apply directly into. But then beyond that, there's a lot of room for cross-disciplinary study, which means that you're going to dive into the areas of your interest. And so you may find that you want to take on a minor or study a certificate outside of that primary major. And that's totally something that's available to you. I always like to share that I feel like no two students leave CU Boulder with the same academic record, because there are so many great opportunities available to you within our different colleges, schools, and programs. So here is just a quick list of them. We really can't dive into them today just with only 6 minutes, but just knowing that these all exist. College of Arts and Sciences is going to be our largest college on campus with a really great interdisciplinary general education program. The College of Engineering and Applied Sciences is top ranked, but there are so many great hands-on opportunities for you to engage in research and design, as well as some great project-based learning. Our lead school business is home to, our business students, but they have opportunities to have a really strong mentorship program. There are global experiences available, as well as a lot of certificates, which allow you to even further specialize your academic experience beyond just that business major that you'll have. Education is home to our future teachers, a great area for students to become a licensed educator, but beyond that, a leader in education. CMCI is home to areas like journalism, communication. Students really leave with a very marketable portfolio from this college. So you've got some great hands-on experiences there. College of Music is going to be small audition-based conservatory. And then our program in environmental design is a studio-based curriculum. In terms of, undecided students, we also have the program of exploratory studies. So that is, if you aren't quite sure what you want to major in, you can come into this. You'll have that first year to explore and then declare your major later on within that first year. When it comes to housing and dining, so students are required to live on campus in that first year. For us, it's really meant to be more than a place where you just kind of live and eat. We really want you to dive in and kind of find your community, your home away from home within our residence halls. So you've got some great programs available to you. Residential academic programs are one of those opportunities where you can live with students in the same academic area as you, and you'll actually have classes within your residence hall and be able to kind of foster that community experience. Living and learning communities are very similar, but they're going to be more interest-based rather than education-based. And then lastly, there just are a lot of other just traditional communities available as well if you elect to not be part of a RAP or a LLC. We really do emphasize this holistic approach to student wellness, and that does start with all of the great services that are provided within your housing and dining experience. Here's just a quick look at all the things that we've got both around campus, Boulder, Colorado. Skiing is always something I get asked about. Eldora Mountain is about 30 minutes away from campus. There are, of course, larger ski resorts that are available to you about 2 to 3 hours away, but our largest and most popular student organization on campus is actually called the Free Ride Club, which provides transportation to the mountains for students. So it's something that you definitely don't have to worry about. And then I chatted a lot here. Sorry, y'all. I'm not getting through it all, but basically, I touched on a lot of this stuff. There's so many great opportunities available to you, both in the classroom, outside of it, as well as career services. And then when it comes to the application process, I can be a great resource for you all. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and my email will go into the chat. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Our next presenter is from Western Colorado University.
Hello, thank you everyone. My name is Elisa. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here based in Gunnison. So I would like to introduce you to the Gunnison Valley and our beautiful home of Western. So Western is situated in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, which makes it a perfect place for both a getaway as well as learning. So our backyard becomes the learning and classroom setting for you. So students get to take advantage of our area, and many of our classes and programs actually use this as a way to teach our students. So for example, our resort management program has partnered with Crested Butte Mountain Resort, which is a world-renowned resort, to get our students hands-on experience with that type of a world-class ski resort and hotel. And of course, being situated in the beautiful Rocky Mountains allows our field biology and kind of environmental sciences a really great opportunity to get outside and do some amazing research in our beautiful area. At Western, we have around 3,000 students, and you'll never be in a huge classroom of hundreds of students. Our average class size is about 16, and our largest classroom, in fact, only holds 68 people. Small class sizes means you have a lot of opportunities. So that small class size means you get a lot of hands-on and personalized education from our faculty. Many of our faculty hold the highest degree in their field and are full-time faculty. So you're not going to be taught by those TAs. It's always going to be that expert in their field, which gives you a really amazing opportunity to start research with some of those professors. Western has over 100 academic programs that give students a chance to find the perfect path that aligns with your future goals. So our program offerings include some of the most popular majors across the nation, such as business, environment, sustainability, recreation and outdoor education, and of course, a lot of options in biology. But not only our academics, we also have over 50 clubs and organizations at Western. So these can be program-specific clubs like our chemistry club, all the way to cultural clubs like our Pacific Islanders Dance and Chant, or even hobby clubs like a knitting club. It's really easy to get involved in clubs, and if you want to start a club, it's even easier. So it gives you a lot of opportunity to make your experience at Western exactly what you want it. Western also provides opportunities for students to get outside and enjoy our beautiful area through trips from our Wilderness Pursuit program, or even through renting gear such as mountain bikes, tents, or even kayaks. Whatever you need, we've got it here at Western for you. So we have a ton of student services. It would take me forever to go through all these, so I'll just highlight a few. So we've got an academic advising setup. So all of our students will be assigned an academic advisor. Generally, these are professors within the program you're studying. Those advisors are going to make sure you're taking classes on time and generally just getting registered and on track. We also have different tutoring centers that are peer-run tutoring centers. So these are places you can take your homework and get a little extra help, study for tests, or you can even find yourself working there and tutoring other students. One thing that Western takes very seriously is our health and wellness. We have a health clinic and a counseling center on our campus, and it is free to students to visit as much as they need. We want to make sure you've got all of your ducks in a row so that you're ready and going to be successful here at Western. So to chat a little bit about affordability, Western's tuition is the third lowest of any four-year school in Colorado, with in-state tuition less than $7,000 and less than $19,000 for out-of-state students. Many of our students receive financial aid, and all students are considered for a merit scholarship when they're accepted. And that's going to be based off of your final high school GPA. So eligible students have the opportunity to be awarded up to $4,000 for in-state students and up to $10,000 for out-of-state students. And again, those merit scholarships are based off of your GPA and are automatically considered. You don't got to worry about it. Western also participates in a tuition discount program such as the WUI or the Central Plains program. And there's a lot of opportunities that we have on our website to find scholarships that will fit you perfectly. I encourage all of you out there to visit our beautiful campus. We do campus visits Mondays through Saturdays, and we also have different events that we put on throughout the year, such as our preview days. Those are great opportunities to get on campus and really see what it's like to be a mountaineer. You can book all of that online, or you can give us a call and we're happy to get things set up for you. Just a little bit about our admissions process. We are rolling admissions, which means you can send in your application at any time and we'll take a look at it and get back to you within 2 to 4 weeks. And we do accept the Common App or our specific Western application. We are test optional, meaning you do not need to submit any kind of test scores. None of our admissions decisions are based off them, but they are helpful when you go to register for classes later on. There's a $30 application fee, but you can use our waiver code, GoWestern2022, to waive that fee at any time. And my contact information is here, but I'll also put it in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm happy to help answer any questions, and thank you.
Great job. Before our last presenter comes on, I want to remind all of our attendees that you can use the Q&A button on your screen to ask any questions, and our college reps are in the background looking to answer those questions for you. All right, so now I want to turn it over to the University of California, Santa Barbara.
All right, hi everyone, can you all hear me well? Just want to make sure everything's working. Okay, let me share my screen really quick. See. Once more. 2 years into the pandemic and still getting used to Zoom, but good afternoon or evening for most of you. My name is Alexis Cabello, pronoun she, her, hers, and I am one of the freshman admission counselors here at UC Santa Barbara. And I am super excited to talk to you all today about UCSB, talk a bit about academics, student life. And so since we only have 6 minutes to get through all this information, I'm gonna be pretty quick. So when it comes to UCSB, there are a lot of different points I love talking about. Since we are one out of the many UC campuses in our system, in total 9 campuses, each of us all have similar features, but just like siblings, we're all different from one another. UCSB stands out from the rest of our sister campuses in many different ways. For example, here at UCSB, we have a total student population of around 26,000 students, which definitely seems like a lot, but it is considered that average number within the UC system. And what's unique about our student breakdown is out of those 26,000 students, 23,000 of those are considered undergraduates, which means that since we have a tiny population of graduate students on campus, we have way more opportunities for our undergrads to take advantage of, such as research, internships, and jobs on campus. And all these opportunities don't just stop within the boundaries of our university, because our location gives us a huge advantage in terms of that. Not only are we located right next to the ocean, as I like to say, living in paradise, but we are also the largest four-year public institution within 60 miles, meaning that there really aren't many colleges or universities around us, and that translates to less competition for our students. Our students are actively getting recruited from companies, businesses around the Santa Barbara County and general area, and so it's nice knowing that there really isn't much competition for our students in receiving these opportunities, again, whether it's on campus or off campus. And here at UCSB, we are considered a world-renowned research institution. Fun fact, we are actually ranked #5 for a public university in the nation, according to the US News and World Report. So that makes us really happy knowing that. And we're showcasing that in our efforts, especially when it comes to research. In addition to that, we also have 7 Nobel laureates here on campus. 6 out of those 7 individuals have actually received a Nobel Prize, and they are currently professors. So currently teaching, which means that you're learning from the very best out of the very best. Every single professor is involved in research. So you're learning from individuals that are still discovering new things about the world that we live in. In addition to that, UCSB is actually ranked #1 for happiest college students at a public university in the state of California, according to the Princeton Review. So this is not something I'm making up to impress all of you, although it might sound that way, but it's really awesome knowing that our students are really getting, as well, I like to say, the best of both worlds, thriving academically, but also socially, making sure that they're finding that supportive community. And we offer tons of student resources to help our students create that community and establish it right away. We're home to 6 culture-based resource centers. We offer the Education Opportunity Program, EOP for short, and many more opportunities for students to receive academic advising outside of their college, to receive mentorship opportunities with professors, and much more. In addition to that, when we talk more about academics, here at UCSB, we are broken down into 3 different colleges. In total, we have about 90 different majors, a little bit more than that. But for the first college I'll be talking about, which is the College of Letters and Science, this is our largest college on campus with over 80 different majors. And we like to phrase our College of Letters and Science as a liberal arts college because you can literally study anything from zoology to actuarial science, even undeclared, since that is an option you can choose when applying to UCSB, and much more. But depending on whatever major you end up choosing within letters and science, you're getting that liberal arts education because not only are you taking courses specific to your major, but also in different disciplines. We also have the College of Engineering, and switching gears a little bit, our engineering college is actually considered the smallest engineering college, so pretty different in comparison to letters and science. We only offer 5 majors within the College of Engineering, and these programs are selective. So we will be looking at a student's major choice when it comes to admissions, unlike within the College of Letters and Science where we do not look at your major choice. For the College of Creative Studies, this is our smallest college here on campus, offering 8 different programs. And although most students might think that this is where they're going to find those visual performing arts majors, that really isn't true. Although we do offer a few, such as music composition, art, writing and literature, but we also offer biology, computing, mathematics, and a couple more. And what ties all of these programs together is that research component. So for us here at UCSB, that phrase creative studies represents the creation of new knowledge. All these programs require students to conduct research for at least 2 years. So giving them that early exposure into discovering something new and being a part of, perhaps being published in those research journals is really awesome. And fun fact, our other Nobel laureate is actually an alumni from the College of Creative Studies. So if, let's say you might be interested in becoming the next Nobel Prize winner, maybe the College of Creative Studies is a great way for you to start. We do require a supplemental application in addition to that UC app for the College of Creative Studies. And what's great about that college is when you come in, you're actually paired with another admissions counselor. Another professor who serves as your mentor when it comes to research. I'll kind of zoom by really quick. Outside of academics, again, many ways for students to get involved. Over 600 campus organizations. We are really big when it comes to athletics. We are a Division I NCAA school, but there's also many ways for students to get involved in different types of athletic ways. And I do want to leave you all with a list of different resources that you can screenshot, take a picture of, but you can find most of these links on our UCSB admissions website. So with that being said, again, if you have any questions, check out our website. You can always email us at ucsbforme@sa.ucsb.edu. And with that being said, thank you so much.
Wonderful. All right. Now is the part of our session where we bring back all of our college reps to the screen. And I am going to ask them 1 or 2 questions just so that they can share some really great advice for you as you are either preparing for the college admission process or continuing through. All right. So the first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start with Oberlin College.
Yeah, so I'll talk from more of my experience. I'm a first generation, low-income college student. So from that view, what I would say is not to count any colleges out based on their sticker prices. So depending on different types of schools, depending on scholarships, people will give a lot of different money. So Oberlin, for example, we are a school that meets 100% of demonstrated need, which is like, jargon just to say that there's a lot of financial aid for students and rarely do people ever pay our sticker price. So if you're interested in a place, keep doing your research, figure out what it actually means for you, but don't count it out without actually figuring out what that means. Yeah.
And I would say another thing is continue to keep that open mind. So even beyond, costs and things like that, really think about what's going to be a good fit for you. Not a good fit for your best friend, not a good fit just for your folks, but like what's a good fit for you? And maybe it's even beyond, the academics or some other obvious piece. Really think about, a lot of what you heard tonight: distance, location, size, area surrounding, all of those things are going to be important. So, don't lose that in the search, and have fun with it.
I would say visit as many colleges as you possibly can. Whether or not you have intentions of attending like that university, the more time that you spend on a college campus, the more you're going to pick up little things that you do value in a college that you want to go to. So spend as much time on a college campus as possible.
My advice is to stay organized. There are a lot of different universities. We have a lot of different deadlines and required documents that we like to see from you. So the more that you can stay organized in that, whether it be inputting them into a planner or a Google Doc or some sort of calendar, the better off that you will be, because you don't want to not be considered because you missed a deadline or you didn't have a document in on time. So to me, that's something that is extremely important.
I think I want to echo a little bit of that. Visit is definitely visit, but also see what kind of events different colleges are putting on. A lot of the time, different universities put on really fun and exciting student-focused events where you can go see the campus, but also meet your future students. So just getting there and exploring is really important.
So I feel like everyone on the panel touched on different aspects that I wish I would have known going to the college admissions process. And I'm also a UC alum. I'm also first gen. And so for me, reflecting back on my experience, I would say another thing is to remind yourself that it's okay if you are the first in your family to go off to college, or if you are, if you have many siblings have already gone, because your experience is unique in itself. And you might not know all the answers, and that is okay, because there are so many individuals out there, like your teachers, your counselors, your high school counselors, but also admission counselors here for you. And it might seem scary. Trust me, there are moments where I look back and I was like, I never knew the importance of deadlines, which definitely keep that in mind. But just know that we're here to support you. And just remember, give yourself that patience and credit, because you've made it this far. And you never know where you can end up.
That's wonderful and great advice. Thank you all. My next question is, what is one thing that you want students to remember about your school?
Yeah, so if you remember one thing about Oberlin, it really is a campus where the arts and sciences do live side by side really well, whether that's music, or it's even in art with the art museum that we have. But it's a place where you can do multiple majors while also being an artist and really just flourishing and being whoever it is that you want to be. We're also very social justice facing, so.
I always like to remind folks that we talked about why visiting is important, and I hope that one of the things that you'll see is just how welcoming and inclusive our campus is. Just to reiterate that we have students from big cities, suburban communities, small rural towns, and from all across the globe. So you'll see that, and it's really a unifying experience when you get to campus.
I would say students who come to Regis from Illinois or the Midwest specifically are truly looking for a personal environment on campus. They value that Jesuit philosophy of humbly helping others, and they have that little bit of an adventurous spirit that I think is required to be in Colorado.
Yeah, I like that. We're also in Colorado. Yeah. For me, and I will actually put this in the chat because I think it's good to be able to have the link to it, but our Colorado Creed is something that is really important to us. It's something that our students actually created and put in place as basically a requirement. It's a social responsibility code that everyone needs to follow, or you really are not going to be a good fit for our university. So that's something that we take very seriously when we're reading applications, and especially when you come to the university. So that's something that I would definitely want everyone to remember and know that is very important to us.
One thing to remember about Western is just if you're someone looking for a small personal school where academics meet adventure, you're going to be able to find so much adventure within your classrooms and within your personal exploration of our valley. So if you're someone that sounds like that could be a good fit, Western is ready to welcome you here.
I would say for UCSB, there are a lot of answers out there. You can ask any student and they'll give you a different response on why UCSB, or kind of keeping our university in mind, but overall, I think the majority would say our community. You don't have to be extroverted to thrive out of college. You can be introverted, you can be super involved at your school. You don't have to be, you might be involved in different ways, but just know that at the end of the day, you'll be able to find that community, which is what our students have to say. And it's nice seeing them finding that support system that helps them throughout their undergraduate career.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for sharing the great advice and the information about your colleges. This does bring us to the end of this session. I want to thank everyone for joining us. When you close this window for our attendees, you're going to receive a very quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback that you're able to offer us. I want you to take advantage of those links that have been shared in the chat so that you can refer to them later. And make sure that you join the sessions that are continuing this evening. You'll be able to find this particular recording at strivescan.com/Ignatius. Thank you all so much. Thank you to our college reps, and have a great evening.